Y'all. Hey, y'all. Y'all, this is absolutely terrible. Oh my God, this happened in Jacksonville. Okay, about an hour and a half away from where I'm at. Um, this 15-month-old baby choked to death on a toy at a daycare. Okay, this is once again another neglectful incident. This was updated yesterday. The incident happened on Thursday. It says the parents of a 15-month-old baby who died after choking on a toy at daycare said they're devastated. The facility where the incident allegedly happened was closed Friday, and the Department of Children and Families is investigating the incident. Little Malik was left fighting for his life. His father, Earl Baker, said the boy choked on a toy while at daycare and was rushed to the hospital. When I got there, he was already unresponsive and they said it had been 3 to 5 minutes without oxygen. With heavy hearts, they said goodbye to their 1-year-old Friday morning. I sung him his favorite lullaby, whether he could hear me or not, and we held my baby's hand until his heart stopped beating. Action News Jax learned DCF has launched an investigation Thursday into Tip Top 24-hour learning center. My son is gone. My son is dead because I left him in the care of a licensed daycare facility. Action News Jax dug into the history of the daycare and found it has been licensed since 2016. Since then, DCF has found several violations, including the owner not having director credentials in 2017. According to DCF, it was fixed at the time of inspection. The last inspection by DCF just 10 days ago revealed several violations, including no documentation showing child care personnel had begun training for the child care industry within 90 days of employment, and 3 staff members didn't have the annual form signed for child abuse and neglect reporting requirements. The manager of the daycare facility is listed as Tiffany Davis. Action News Jax tried calling her and went to her home, but couldn't get in touch for a comment. Malik's father said Davis apologized to his family at the hospital. She said she was sorry, but sorry can't bring back my kid, Baker said. Action News Jax reached out to the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office twice on Friday to confirm that if there is a death investigation at the daycare. Baker said they have other kids at the daycare that they plan to pull out. This is so sad. So sad. My deepest condolences go out to this family. And all the families that have lost their child to such a senseless act. And I mean, this is at daycare, and like I've said before, it's sad that we have to worry about things like this, because when we send our children off to daycare, we have to put our trust in these people that are watching our kids. I mean, and it's not just at a daycare, it's when you're leaving your child with anyone. You're putting your trust, into someone, for the life and safety, and well-being of your child while you're not there. And I mean, that's a big step. That's a big step for our parents to have to take, is to trust someone else with your child's life. And, what I just don't get is they said it was like 3 to 5 minutes without this baby having oxygen. I mean, did they attempt to do any type of, life-saving procedures? It didn't say that in the news report. So, let me plug this up. Hold on 1 second. It just makes me wonder, I mean, if they were lacking on a lot of other things, were they certified or trained, in life-saving procedures, such as Heimlich maneuver, CPR, things of that nature. Hold on, I'm sorry, y'all. Okay. Plugging up this computer so it doesn't die. Hold on. Okay. But, that's what I'm just, trying to figure out. you know, if they did any life-saving procedures, because that's a long time to go without any oxygen. And just another reminder, okay, for anyone who has a baby, you know, or just it's good to know, okay, the size of objects determine really basically whether you'd be able to choke on them, okay? They say if a child, or I guess anyone, if the object can fit in the palm of your hand, you can choke on it, okay? So, you know, you need to make sure that whatever the object is that the child is holding, that it's bigger than the palm of their hand. If they can close it up in the palm of their hand, they can choke on it. It is something that they can choke on, and they don't need it. Okay, I'm just letting y'all know that for, you know, awareness, because, I mean, not everybody knows that. Okay, but, I mean, I know that from, I don't know, probably from, like, a baby book or something from when I had my first kid, or, you know, just from having kids, like, you know, reading stuff. You know, and also, when you send your child to a daycare facility, okay, because not all daycare facilities are bad. I mean, my kids were in daycare, and I loved it, they loved it, and the daycares that they went to were phenomenal. And it wasn't like some, you know, like high-tech, a top-notch, you know, expensive daycare. It wasn't anything like that. I mean, you know, at that time, when my children were when they were in daycare, at that time, I was actually getting assistance to send them to daycare because it was way too expensive for me to afford, and I had to work. You know, being a single mom, I had to work. So, you know, these are concerns that, you know, when we send our children off to daycare, you know, you don't know the background and stuff of the daycare. But, however, you are entitled to, you know, to knowing, you know, the past history of the daycare. You are entitled to know that. You're also entitled to know about the, you know, how educated, you know, the people are that are watching your children. You know, if they've had proper, you know, training and stuff of that nature. So do your research on these daycares. Please, y'all, do your research, you know, because it's getting worse. It's getting worse. A lot of these people, and it's not just in daycares, okay? It's everywhere. It's everywhere that deals with the public. A lot of these people could care less. They're there for a paycheck, and that's it. And when you're only working for a paycheck, okay, you know, if you don't have passion for what you're doing and you're only working for a paycheck, you're not going to get very far. You know, because you're not going to put your all into it. You know, and that goes for anyone working with public, whether it's in a restaurant, you know, servers, managers, you know, child care facilities, stores. If you don't like dealing with public, you're going to be terrible at your job. You know, if you don't like dealing with kids or whatever. But this, however, was absolutely uncalled for. 3 to 5 minutes without oxygen. That's a long time for somebody. And I don't know if it was just because he was choking, you know, and they were, you know, maybe racing around trying to help. You know, I don't know what that situation is. Or if he was choking and then they just said, oh, wow, he choked, and then it was too late. And if that's the case, that's pure neglect. That's 3 to 5 minutes. If that's the case, that would be 3 to 5 minutes that someone wasn't looking at this kid. 15-month-old baby. That's way too long to not, you know, put your eyes on a child, especially when you're watching the kid for someone else. So, I'm going to play this video for y'all real quick. This is the news video. Oh, hold on, wait, let me.
passed away this morning. I'm Tanika Hughes.
And I'm Ben Becker. Action.
Okay.
A local daycare is under investigation after a 1-year-old child choked on a toy.
She was like, well, I stepped out the room for a minute and when I came back, I found him unresponsive.
The child's family tells Action News Jax that their little boy passed away this morning. I'm Tanika Hughes.
And I'm Ben Becker. Action News Jax Danielle Vitable is live in Lakeshore at the Tip Top 24-hour Learning Center. Danielle, the daycare has been closed all day.
And we've seen this chain link lock on the fence all day, and we haven't seen anyone come in or go out of this daycare. Even a bus came to drop off children, and I had to let that bus driver know that no one was here. Little Malik Baker died Friday morning after his mother, Amber Lee, tells me he choked on a toy at Tip Top 24-hour Learning Center, a daycare she says they trusted.
My son is gone. My son is dead because I left him in the care of a daycare, of a licensed daycare facility.
She says they got a call Thursday that her 1-year-old was rushed to the hospital after the daycare manager told her he was found unresponsive.
She was like, well, I stepped out the room for a minute and when I came back, I found him unresponsive.
We found out the Department of Children and Families launched an investigation Thursday into the facility. And we were at the daycare Thursday night as officers were investigating.
We need justice from the league.
The manager of the daycare facility is listed as Tiffany Davis. We tried calling her to get her side of the story and even went to her home. But no one came to the door. Malik's father says she apologized to their family at the hospital.
She said she was sorry, but sorry can't bring back my kid. He was a smiling, loving kid. Only 15 months, he didn't get a chance to live.
And I reached out to police twice today to confirm if there is a death investigation at this daycare. As soon as I hear back, I'll let you know. This daycare has been licensed since 2016, and I've been looking into the past inspection reports for violations, and I'll have that for you all new tonight at 6 on CBS 47 Fox 30 Action News Jax.
This is so sad. A sweet little baby. My God, he is adorable. Look at that. Look at that sweet little smile. So sad. And like his dad, he said, no, he did not have a chance to live at all. I mean, 15 months. Just a little baby. How do you walk out of a room at a daycare and leave kids in a room? Especially this age. Okay? I mean, it shouldn't be at any age. Not in a daycare. You know, that's very unacceptable. A daycare facility should always have a teacher, you know, next with the children. They have teachers assigned to all the kids. And some classes have 2 adults, like in a baby room, usually under 2. Most daycares have 2 staff members, at least 2 staff members in that room with the babies. So why the manager walked out and nobody else was in there is beyond me. Because I do know that the daycare that I took my son to when he was little, you know, I mean, I would go there and I mean, there would be plenty of times when, of course, the teacher needs to step out of the room. She might need to use the bathroom. She might need to go get something. She might need to make a phone call. It doesn't matter what she needed to do. If a teacher ever stepped out of a room, they'd say, hey, I need you, you know, can you come in here and, you know, they would ask someone else who wasn't assigned as a teacher, you know, maybe someone that was working on cooking the food, or they would ask the manager, hey, can you come in here for a minute and, said I have to go do this real quick. You know, they'd always have someone covering or watching for them, you know, and this is just, I mean, absolutely unacceptable. And that daycare needs to be closed, and they should not be opened. And nothing at all will ever, you know, replace this child. So, I mean, there's really nothing that they can do to make it right, you know, but to make it, you know, to where this happens to no other children in the care of this woman, they need to revoke her license, and they need to close this daycare down. And she needs to be held responsible, fully responsible for this baby's death. I mean, that's just pure neglect, you know, and I mean, that is just, it's sad beyond words. I really have no words for this, except it's just a heartbreaking, sad, terrible incident. Very tragic. So y'all leave your comments and feedback below. My prayers are with this family. This, God, I mean, this sweet little face just breaks my heart. So leave your comments and feedback below. If y'all would like to send me anything, you can do so in my email, or you can add me on Facebook and send whatever you like through there. Both of the links are down below. And if y'all have not subscribed to my other channel, please do so now. Click on the link, subscribe, and don't forget to hit the notification bell. Thank you, and I'll talk to y'all later. I love y'all. Have a great day.